Kourtney Kardashian has made it known that when she's on the hunt for a new boyfriend, she likes him young. So we've compiled a list of all the guys the reality star has dated, hooked up with, and taken under her spell that were born years after she was.
What can we do? We're cougars.
Cougar Kourtney is out to play, so stick around for the inside look at Kourtney's dating life. Hey everyone, I'm Devin Howard. We've always got the top news about your favorite stars, so make sure you subscribe to our channel, give this video a like, and tap the bell for post notifications. Even if you don't watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, you probably know how Kourt and Scott Disick had a tumultuous, rocky relationship for years before deciding to call it quits. They had a number of blowouts on camera, like this one.
Don't act like that's a crazy thing. You did it the entire trip in Paris.
And you're lucky I haven't done it here!
So lucky.
And then there was this time when Kourt told Scott she was pregnant for the third time.
I mean, I knew.
This is ridiculous. It's always so sneaky with you.
Oh my gosh.
You need to stop lying to me and tell me honestly what's happening.
I didn't know.
Basically, Scott had a temper and a habit of overindulging on alcohol.
Yeah, I grabbed it just like and
Kourtney was controlling and unforgiving, so yeah, they didn't make the best team. Since they split, the two seemingly have been able to co-parent fairly well. Scott is now happily in a relationship with Sofia Richie, and Kourtney's dated several other guys who we'll talk about later in this video. Despite being a doting mother and a successful TV star, in recent episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kourtney has been down on herself about being single, but thanks to Khloe, she's still trying to enjoy life.
I'm forcing Kourtney to have fun right now, so she sees that she can be single and it's okay. Just have a ball.
Since Kourtney is single and ready to mingle, we figured it was only fitting to count down all the younger men she's had the pleasure of going out with. After reviewing her list of exes, one thing is clear: she doesn't have a specific type at all. Just as long as they're around a decade younger than she is, then they're good to go. The reality star has received criticism for her penchant for robbing the cradle. Wendy Williams called her out, saying snagging a younger guy requires no effort at all.
I think that this is about Kourtney wanting to become more interesting, because she's not interesting on that show. And I don't know that this is the way to do it. Like, 20 is not even an effort. You don't have to do anything but tell him you've got goldfish and pineapple juice.
Did it just get super dark in here? Because that shade was intense. Clearly, Wendy thinks Kourt's just swinging for the low-hanging fruit. I don't really agree. Kourt looks great and has a youthful, playful spirit. If she can get young men to fall head over heels for her, more power to her. Although, I'm sure that's not hard for her to do, what with the millions of dollars she has to her name and that banging body. Kendall Jenner has also spoken out about Kourt's interest in guys who are sometimes younger than even she is. Well, Kendall isn't bothered by it. In fact, she loves that Kourtney is able to turn on mom mode and really take care of her kids, but then also turn up and party with Ken and her friends.
Okay. Hold on, I need to drink the rest of your red wine.
No, just half. I'll do the rest.
A source close to Kendall said that all she wants for Kourtney is for her to be happy, and if being with a guy in their 20s does that, then Kendall's all for it. Kourtney's never been the type to follow in her sister's footsteps. She really marches to the beat of her own drum, and one of her defining characteristics is her cougardom, so let's get into all of the babies she's robbed from cradles. The first person on our list has to be Scott Disick. He's been the reality star's longest-lasting romance, and he's 4 years younger than she is. Their age difference isn't huge, but it still counts, and could be a reason why the two had the problems they did. The duo have 3 children together, and despite no longer being romantically linked, still managed to maintain a playful friendship, though it does have some ups and downs. They met back in 2006, and we have Girls Gone Wild to thank for their blossoming romance. No, seriously. The two met at a party thrown by Joe Francis, the creator of Girls Gone Wild. But as you might expect when you meet at a Girls Gone Wild party, sparks didn't fly the moment they met.
Love at first sight?
No.
I liked her.
I just thought he
Tell me.
was so annoying.
You did.
He was 4 years younger. He lived in New York. He didn't have a job.
3 kids later, still no job, still no idea where it's going.
A true love story! Kourt and Scott didn't fall in love and start dating until a year after they met, but they stayed together for almost a decade before deciding to officially part ways. When they did, he started dating a much younger Sofia Richie, and she went on to Eunice Benjamin, the next guy we're talking about on our list of youthful beautiful men Kourt has dated. Kourtney met Eunice during Paris Fashion Week. He apparently would go to the club with Kourtney and her friends, but never acknowledged her.
A prick.
She then went up to him and drunkenly said, "Why do you hate us?"
People say we have no talent.
How dare they?
Don't underestimate the talent of Kourtney Kardashian.
And he responded by grabbing her hand and saying, "It's 5 a.m., we're leaving."
It's a booty call.
And the next night, he invited her out, or rather texted her saying, "Bring your ass over here," and she did. It just so happened to be the night Kim was robbed at gunpoint. Apparently, Eunice was a great support during that time. She said, "We went to the bathroom and got the phone call about Kim, so then the party was over, and then he was like, 'I'm not leaving you guys,' and he had to translate everything, and so began their romance. Eunice was a former boxer turned fashion model, and he was 24 when he met his future girlfriend. She, on the other hand, was 38. Kourt took the age gap she had with Scott and pretty much tripled it when she met Eunice. The couple seemed to have a strong relationship. They did a lot of traveling together, taking their PDA from France to Egypt, Mexico, the Bahamas, and Italy. They celebrated his 25th birthday party together a year after they met. Kourtney took her beau on a surprise getaway. And when they weren't jetting off to new places, the happy couple were hanging out with Kourt's kids, who Eunice seemed to get along with totally well. It didn't matter that he was only 25 and nowhere near ready to be a dad. He was great with the kids. The fact that a young guy like Eunice was willing to step up to the plate and really get to know and take care of another person's children made me think that maybe Eunice was the real deal.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
But about a year and a half into their relationship, they hit some rough waters. Remember when Kourtney posted this sexy photo of herself? Eunice commented on it, writing, "That's what you need to show to get likes?" Obviously, that's not the comment of a happy boyfriend, is it? That pretty much screams angry ex. Eunice quickly deleted the comment, but of course, thousands of people already saw it, and then a month later, he was seen cozying up to another woman in Mexico. That's when news officially broke that Kourt and Eunice had parted ways. It didn't take long for Kourtney to get close to someone new and younger. The mom was spotted partying with a 21-year-old friend of Kendall and Kylie's, Luka Sabbat. Just a few weeks after she dumped Eunice, Kourtney was first seen partying with Luka and her family at a Kar Jenner Labor Day barbecue. At the time, they didn't really seem very coupley, but about 2 weeks later, they were caught heading out for a one-on-one dinner date at a popular West Hollywood lounge. Kourtney was dressed to the nines, obviously ready to seduce her young date. The night after their first date, they jetted off to Chicago together to attend the opening of Tao nightclub over there. Sources told E! News that they were flirty. Luka had his hands on Kourt almost all night long. Over the next few months, they went on a series of dates and really acted like a normal couple. They went shopping together and Kourt helped him pick out new clothes. They went on a double date with Kendall and Anwar when that whole thing was happening. Luka even attended Mason's birthday party. Oh, and speaking of Mason, Luka is actually closer in age to him than he is to Kourtney. Weird. The fact that Kourtney was able to sustain a relationship with a 21-year-old celebrity for any amount of time is pretty remarkable. Though the two were never exclusive, they definitely had a little fling going on until Kourtney was seen hanging out with a new guy. In January, Kourt went out to dinner with a guy who pretty much exists in an opposite realm to Kourt. He has nothing to do with entertainment or the celebrity lifestyle. He's an accountant. I have been saying for years that I think the Kar Jenners would benefit from dating men who are normal, not high-profile athletes, rappers, or actors. So when I learned that Kourt was out with an accountant, I was like, this could be it. The two met through church and were still getting to know each other when they were seen dining out. His name is David D. Duran, and he's a devout Christian, which she likes, and he's 12 years younger than her, which we know she really likes. On the blossoming relationship, a source said they could turn into something in the future, but it hasn't happened yet. They're just talking and spending a little bit of time together. This isn't a big romance, but I'd say there's some mutual interest there. There's potential, so who knows? So she may not be in a full-blown relationship with the churchgoer, but she's exploring the opportunity. He's young, he's tall, he's committed to church. Basically, he's just her type. There's no word yet on what their status is, but we'll be keeping a close eye on Kourt. In the meantime, we need to dive into some other younger guys Kourt dated in between her on-off relationship with Scott Disick. The main one being Kourtney's hot and heavy romance with Justin Bieber. Let's take a trip down memory lane. It's autumn in 2015, and Kourtney and Scott are broken up again. Kourtney starts to hit the town more frequently than before. She's embracing that single life and looking for a distraction from her breakup, which comes in the form of pop star Justin Bieber. So obviously the Biebs has been friends with the Kardashians for years. He's gone to Kanye West for career advice and did a photo shoot with Kim a long time ago. He and Kendall were even rumored to have dated for a while, which makes the whole Kourtney-Justin thing even more bizarre. Their short-lived hookup all began with a dinner date to that same West Hollywood lounge Kourtney went to with Luca. After that, the couple and their 14-year age difference went to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios. Eyewitnesses say that Justin had his arms around Kourt almost all night and kept joking that she was scared. When he was asked about their little short-lived tryst, Justin played coy but praised Kourtney for being a good person. So it sounds like things ended amicably for the pair. Justin is obviously happily married and Kourtney is still on the prowl. There you have it, people. All of the men Kourtney has dated who were born years after she was. She really jumps around, doesn't she? Whether it's the party boy like Scott or the good Christian like David, she doesn't have a specific type. Just as long as they're youthful and down to turn up, Kourtney's interested. She hasn't always been so focused on men years younger than she is, though. There was a time when she held a long romantic relationship with a member of the Jackson family. Terrell Jackson and Kourt dated from 1999 to 2004. I know, so long ago. They were serious for 5 years before deciding to part ways. Jackson was actually a couple years older than Kourtney, so she hasn't always been attracted to inexperienced dudes. Moving on, if you watched that Keeping Up with the Kardashians spin-off Kourtney and Khloe Take Miami, you might remember when Kourtney shared a smoldering kiss with another woman. The woman ended up getting cast in the show Orange is the New Black. Her name is Jackie Cruz, and now she's a star in her own right. It's just funny to realize that she got her first taste of the limelight by locking lips with a Kardashian. Last year, Jackie addressed her Miami makeout session, saying that she and Kourtney are still friends, but they've sort of fallen out of touch. She said that Kourtney is a sweetheart, but it's obvious the actress never really planned on pursuing the reality star further. But hey, Kourtney made it clear that she doesn't discriminate when it comes to who she dates or kisses. Young, old, male, female, she's open to everyone. Funny enough, the mom of 3 also dated Joe Francis. We talked about him earlier in this video. He's the creator of Girls Gone Wild and the one who eventually set Kourtney and Scott up. Before he played matchmaker though, he courted Kourtney, and he's 7 years older than her. We may not be able to nail Kourtney's exact type right on the head, but one thing we do know is that when she's unattached, she makes the most of it. Traveling with her girlfriends, partying with hotties, dating several different eligible bachelors over the course of a couple months, girl has got it going on. Kourtney likes to have her fun, but it seems like she's wishing she could settle down with someone sooner rather than later. Over the course of this season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, maybe we'll see her get closer to meeting her soulmate. Alright everyone, is there anyone you'd like to see Kourtney with? Let me know in the comments below. Also tell me if there's any guy on this list who surprised you, and before you go, make sure you subscribe to Hollyscoop. I'm Devin Howard, and I'll see you later.